Hey there guys, Erica here from Highway49RC. Thank you so much to my patrons and channel members for supporting the channel the way you do. You guys are the best. So before we get to today's motor rebuild, I want to touch on the last one that we did, which is a Trinity Speed Gems 94 Jade 15-turn quad. However, we discovered that this motor did not actually have a quad wind armature in it. It had a triple instead. So somebody had actually swapped out armatures in this motor at one point. Luckily enough, I was able to find a brand new one on eBay, a 15-turn quad, just like the original, that I will be slapping in here once I receive. And that'll make this motor just like new again. With that little update aside, let's get on to today's motor rebuild, which is a Trinity Speed Gems 94 once again. It is a diamond this time, a 12-turn double, and it's a filthy one. This one is really nasty. The Endbell in particular looks disgusting. But I'm gonna try something a little bit different in my cleaning process today and try a baking soda and lemon juice scrub on the Endbell to try and whiten it up more so than I've been able to do in the past. And if it works, I will do that on my other white Endbells. So we'll see if that works, but for now, let's just jump right into the rebuild. The first thing I'm going to do on my motor today is clip off all of the leads and the capacitors so that our brush hoods are not tied together in any way. Snip all those bad boys off. We'll clean up the solder tabs later. Much better. Nice and cleaned up. Okay. So, grab our pit mat here from LiQWYD. And we're going to start taking our brush springs off. A little stuck there. That one over there on that side. Put my negative one on the opposite side. And then I'm going to undo my brush screws here so we can take the brushes out. Just like so. Yeah, look at how small those are. Those definitely need to be replaced. For sure. But we got plenty, so that will certainly be happening. There we go. There's our other one off the positive side, and it is even smaller. Look at how tiny that little guy is. Yep. Wasted. Now we can undo our spring posts. And that'll get our heat sinks and brush hoods off. Just like so. That's the positive side. Oh boy, that comm is not happy looking. Oh yeah, filthy comm. Filthy freaking Endbell, look at that. Absolutely disgusting. Let's loosen our Endbell hold down screws with a little wiggle and a jiggle. And a wiggle and a jiggle. Come on. There she is. Wow, that is full of grit. Full of grit and sandy gunk. Got some spacers on there. Oh, fiber washer broke. Okay, that's to be expected, but I have more of those, so I'll have to grab one. Come on, get off of there. Thank you. Put our shims over there on that side with the Endbell. Fiber washer is trash. And let's get our armature out of the can. Oh, I heard, oh, yep, there's a shim. Okay, cool. And there is our armature. It is a double wind, so it appears to be the original one. That commutator is filthy, nasty, disgusting, greedy, all of the above. I went ahead and took the Endbell the rest of the way apart, just got the timing ring off. So for cleaning supplies, as usual, can of Zep AC Flush, also known as IV Red now, a brass brush for scrubbing, a rag, soldering iron, and some Chemwick Light solder wick. If you need a good solder wick, this is the stuff to get. It's by Chemtronics, and it works amazingly. I love it. I'm gonna save the Endbell for later so we can touch on that specifically. So for now, I'll get all the rest of the parts cleaned up and good to go. to the kitchen, guys. I'm gonna fill up this bowl just with water as a rinse. And then I think I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of baking soda, roughly. There's 1, the rest of that in there. Call that 1 tablespoon. Actually, no, we're just gonna do 1 tablespoon of baking soda and maybe 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, if I can open the damn container. There we go. 1, oh God, it's foaming. It's foaming. Okay, didn't expect that. I should have though, because it's acidic. And there's 2. Oh boy. We got a science project going on, guys. Haha! Might need more lemon juice. Seems kind of thick, but you know what? I think that's good. 1 tablespoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Let's go try that. See how that works. But here's the real question. Does it taste good? Nope. Okay, bad decision. Ugh. Ugh. Don't do that. Don't taste your cleaning solution. Bad idea. Okay, let's give this a try. I don't know how well it's gonna do, short of it just being liquid and scrubbing, you know, because like liquid and scrubbing tends to like clean things nicely. But we'll try it. If nothing else, I can try a brass brush on it. Although it seems like it's kind of doing its job. If nothing else, our Endbell is going to smell great. Wow, actually, guys, that is actually looking really good. Consider me impressed. I probably should have taken the bearing out before I dunked it in water, but you know what? Hindsight's 20/20, am I right? That's actually looking really good. Let's keep scrubbing it. God dang it, don't get it in your eyes. It burns. It burns. Ow! No! Okay, yeah, don't get this stuff in your eyes, guys. Note yourself. Ha! There you go. That's looking pretty darn clean, I got to admit. What I'm gonna do, actually, is I'm going to stick this in my slurry and cover it in the baking soda. And hopefully that should kind of like soak in and kind of help to whiten it, if that makes sense, you know? Give it some time to marinate. Yeah, just like that. Just like making a cake. Alright, let's leave it like that, and we'll do the commutator. Okie doke, let's get going with our armature here. Get that set in there nicely. Get our silly drive belt on, because that's always a pain. There we go, nicely done. Get a couple drops of oil on the shaft there for lubrication. Can never have enough lubrication. Drop, drop. Very nice. Let's check where my stop is real quick. Make sure I'm not gonna run into the solder tabs. Yep, I'm going to. So let's fix that. Let's grab our little wrench and loosen this guy up. And bring this in a little bit. We should be good right there. Let's lock that down. Perfect. And plug this guy in and we should be good to go. take a look at that. We still got some black spots. That one is still pretty large. There you can see right there. Let's give it another couple passes. I'd say one more should probably clean that a little bit up. Gorgeous, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Sweet. Let's roll over the edges of the comm segments with a ballpoint pen. Make sure our brushes don't catch during break-in. And grab my X-Acto blade, scrape out any extra gunk that's in there without scraping the armature like I did last time. Dum dum. And there we go. There is a freshly cleaned up armature. Look at that baby. Oh yeah. Nice and shiny. Okie doke, before my camera overheats, let's have a little look at our science experiment here. Pull it out of our slurry. A little wash. And I'd say that looks pretty nice. Yeah, wow, I'd say that did a great job. I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm gonna do this to my other diamond that I've got. I think it was a Speed Gems 2 diamond that we rebuilt a little while ago. Pretty sure that's the one. Because I only have 2 diamonds, I know. Awesome sauce, that looks great. Good stuff, good stuff. All right, I'm gonna go blow out that bearing with some compressed air, just because we don't want water in there, obviously, and then I'm gonna put some oil on the bearings. Okay, let's start on our positive side here. Put our heatsink, our brush hood on, grab our spring post, and I need my new brushes. I'm once again just using Holmes soft copper stand-ups. I don't need anything special. I do have some fancy brushes. I have some silver stand-ups from Holmes Hobbies, and I have some XXX stand-ups from Trinity, but I will only use those on a motor that I actually really like or want to run. Okay, next we're going to put our timing ring on. Okay, Endbell is mostly all put together, looking very, very nice. Plop that on our can here. I'm gonna snug down those motor can screws and grab my brush hood alignment tool. Give everything a wiggle, so we've got a motor shaft that goes all the way through the can, slides nice and smooth. We can now tighten down our brush hoods. There we go, motor shaft still slides nice and smooth. Pop that out. Pull our alignment tool out. And we can pull the Endbell back off. Now let's get our shims onto the armature here. There we go. And this guy can go ahead and plonk itself into our can, like that. Put our Endbell on. Get the timing set up properly. Looks good right there. For setting timing on these, I've gotten questions before. The way you set 0 timing is, well, on the Speed Gems 94, there's actually a little notch in the can right there. You can kind of see there's a little notch. You line up the little pointer with the notch, with the positive on the left-hand side if you're looking at it this way, or if you're looking at it from the back with red on the right, you'll have the little pointer lined up with this divot in the can. So let's put our brushes in, put our brush springs on. And how about that, folks? That is looking super, super pretty. That Endbell is pearly, pearly white. All that's left now is just to give her a quick test. Okay, we're just running on 6 volts here. Wow. That is spicy. Looking about 2.75 amps. Yeah. That's a hot one. Very nice. I'm happy. This guy turned out fantastically. Real quick before we end out today's video, as you can see, I have taken apart my Speed Gems 2 diamond, and I want to give you guys a before and after shot of the Endbell before it goes into the baking soda bath and after. So it's fairly clean, but it's got some grime, you know, like it's still kind of grimy looking, you know? It's still a little bit off-white. So let's put it in the baking soda and see how she does. Here's the finished product. I gave it a scrub, let it marinate for about 30 minutes or so, and it's still a little bit grimy, but it's better. It's seriously better. I would say the baking soda has definitely helped this guy out. So that's awesome. Next time I have a white Endbell to clean, I will absolutely be using this method again. With that, folks, our Trinity Speed Gems 94 Diamond 12-turn double is complete. Fully rebuilt and ready to go in whatever car I want. But it's probably just going to end up going on display. That's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do leave a big fat thumbs up if you enjoy the motor rebuilds. If you want to keep up with me, head over to my Instagram at highway49_RC. If you want to chat with fellow RC enthusiasts just like yourselves, head over to my Discord server. And if you want to support the channel, becoming a channel member or joining my Patreon would be great options for you there. Links are all in the description. Thank you again so much for watching. Crazy Brush Girl will see y'all in the next one.